RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 2, Refuge has officially released, so let me break it down for you. So the episode opens up with the buddy jail system. Everyone's in jail, and by everyone, I mean 4 people. Literally, only 4 people are in the Atlas jails. Pretty good statistic if you ask me. Crime rates must be really low. But they're all characters we know and love. Crow, also Robin, Jacques, and Watts are here. Robin spends most of her time monologuing the situation of the plot out loud to the characters just so they all know the situation they're in, just in case anyone forgot about why they're in jail. Jacques continues to be an anomaly of a character. He's played as if he knows what he's doing is bad and wrong, as though he has a moral conscience, but actively goes against what he knows is right and is fully aware of it, which is why every time it speaks it sounds like it's a lie and disingenuous, which shouldn't be the case. He should believe what he says and does despite it being wrong. Anyway. Also, Crow wants to murder Ironwood, because apparently he formed such a connection to Clover that this is now his character direction. Dude, not even his niece or even his blood relative he showed this much emotion or caring about, but some random bro who just so happened to have the opposite semblance of his, your ride or die with. Well, die already happened. But also you're blaming Ironwood for this? He's not the one who teamed up with a murderous psychopath in a fight. He's not the one who shoved the sword through his back. But he locked us up, so we gotta kill him. It's the literal embodiment of that Eric Andre, why would they do this meme. But it's not even ironic in this case. It's his fault that he ordered your arrest. He's not the one who forced you to resist. You don't want to blame Tyrion, the one who actually stabbed him? Or Salem, the one who put him into the state of paranoia? Nah, let's just blame Ironwood. Jesus Christ, Crow, where's Raven? She's the better Bronwyn. Anyway, on Team Mantle's side, they're trying to save a group of folk. What's-her-face is incredibly dickish to a reporter who's reporting what's going on, cause that's an incredibly likable thing to do. The people's extraction is made harder due to an old white lady being racist, which Yang yells at her for, and she feels guilty about saying it. So, racism solved, I guess. Meanwhile, on Team Amity, they're having a merry time. Fun music, fun banter, which of course becomes almost immediately depressing. Penny had a moment where I thought, oh my god, I'm actually warming up to her. A complex character who's actually thinking for themselves? She brings up how she doesn't like it when friends fight. RWBY thinks she's talking about Yang and the others, but in reality, Penny was talking about Ironwood, Winter, the Aesops, and so on. A genuine morally complicated thought which should make anyone think. Except for RWBY, of course. Her brain is as smooth as a bowling ball and says to Penny how Ironwood only wants to hurt her. So literally every complicated issue Penny brought up, right over RWBY's head. She doesn't bring up having to fight the Aesops and Winter and what Ironwood is doing. Nope. Penny's a robot, and somehow she has more emotion and conflict in her than the humans in this show. She's literally having an existential crisis. I'm the protector of Atlas, but I'm also a maiden. What is my purpose? What do I do? What should I do? Genuinely all very good and important questions, just bulldozed over the stupid dozer that is RWBY. I'm your friend. Do you need a motivational speech? Let me say one to you now. Penny's the only one here who thinks both sides is being her friend. But RWBY is literally just like, nah, you're not friends with them anymore. We're your friends now. Also, might I say, I have to apologize because at the end of last volume, I was saying how Penny was exactly like RWBY, and quite frankly, that couldn't have been more wrong. This scene made me realize she's not like RWBY at all. She's better than her. She's more complex, has a huge responsibility, and recognizes the horrible situation she's in, not wanting to hurt those she has come to care about, unlike RWBY. Like I said, despite being a robot who doesn't understand emotions, she somehow has a huge heart and all of the emotions possible, despite it. Anyway, so Weiss gets her spine snapped, so she's dead. Just kidding. Actually, despite the slapstick stupidity of Nora sending Weiss up one of those mail chutes, it's genuinely the smartest thing they could have done, because now Weiss has been shipped to Atlas alone. Which means we'll get to follow a story with just Weiss and her family most likely. Hopefully her, Whitley, and somehow Winter gets sent back to her home too. And together we just get to watch their lives play out. I'm telling you, I was saying it last volume, just give the Schnee family a storyline and ignore literally everyone else. So if that's what was done here, I can't wait because Weiss is the only good main character. Anyway, back on Team Mantle, there's Grimm coming in from the east. So to prove that they don't need their other teammates, they go to take it on. And what follows is just ecstasy for the eyes, because Yang, Oscar, Jean, and Ren all get absolutely rolled over and bulldozed by a Grimm. Oscar gets taken out and begins getting used as a meat shield, which the others can't do anything about as he gets taken away. Hey, put it on the board. The Grimm won one. That's more like it. How many is that? Put it up. Oh, well, the Grimm are now about half of what the villains' victories are now. Listen, I'm telling you, this is why you need Ironwood in a situation like this. You think a meat shield would stop him? He just big dick him and blast through your shield and you because he's an alpha and he doesn't give a fuck. Mission accomplished. Next one, moving on. Unironically, I really like this scene, especially the actual panic Oscar has during it. He resorts to the old classic trying to kick his way out of the situation. Quite frankly, we need more scenes like this from not only the main characters, but also the civilians. Yes, I'm saying we need more civilian casualties, brutal ones at that. If you want to solidify the danger and actual threat they present, you need to show how powerless the people can be. And with Oscar here, it showed just that. Also, he somehow resorted to this, but when he was fighting Neo, no problem. So, great power scaling. It's kind of a shame that this was only really when it was Salem's personal Grimm. Her personal Grimm should do this, but other ones should as well. Also, you just gotta ask while Oscar's literally getting his shit pushed in, what are the others doing? Are they just sitting on the sidelines thinking, yeah, I think he's got this? What, were his desperation clawing the cement with his fingernails not enough to take action? Nope, I think he can turn this around. It's like trying to watch a chicken take on a wolf. But you know, I like his odds. A better reaction next time, team. Let's regroup and work on that. Also, the Grimm talked, so at least Salem gives her underlings Rosetta Stone lessons. Honestly, this episode had its moments. Some of them were immediately ruined by RWBY, but what else is new? But there are hints of life. See how interesting things get when the villains can win? Victories are given to them and there's nothing the main characters can do about it? They lost, they took an L, like actually, no tricks. They just lost. Almost makes things more interesting. As well as the greater themes, there are hints of things that they're trying, more complexities, interesting ideas, character direction. Quite frankly, it's a feeling the show hasn't had for quite some time. It does have me interested, but as we all know, the idea and the execution are two completely separate beasts. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, moral of the episode is it just occurred to me that Jacques has very good genes to churn out 3 kids that look like this.